Thank you very much, Dan. Yes, greetings yet again from Columbus, the U.S. men's national team back in the Ohio capital for a second time in this qualification campaign. Last visit, a victory over Costa Rica, something they'll be looking to replicate Thursday against El Salvador. Here's the qualifying table through 8 games, 6 to go. U.S. in second, top 3 go to the World Cup, 4th into an intercontinental playoff. Welcome to Lower.com Field, frigid Lower.com Field, alongside Kasey, Keller, Jermaine Jones. I'm Sebastian Salazar. 19 degrees right now. It'll be 5 degrees later tonight, but everybody focused on tomorrow's conditions. They're telling us at kickoff it'll be a balmy 29 degrees, wind chill of 21. Some light snow potentially in the forecast for during the game. Now, everybody's talking about what impact this will have on the match. Let's hear from Christian Pulisic. He spoke earlier today.
A nice field that we're playing on, and yeah, the weather was actually kind of nice today. Sun was out. It's cold, but we're gonna be ready for it, and we'll be able to play.
Okay, so the idea of being in this cold was to give the United States an advantage. You played in the snow-clasico. Does the U.S. actually have an advantage over El Salvador due to these conditions?
I think we talked always about advantage with the fans, right?
Yeah.
We wanted to have an advantage that you don't have so much fans coming from their opposite teams. But I think in general field, I don't think it will be an advantage because the field is good to play and there's no bumps on the field, there's no snow. Maybe it will snow a little bit, but we don't know. But I think it will not be a big advantage.
Yeah, I think it's more of an issue of travel. I think it's a case where you want to find a pitch that you know is decent. You also want to have a very pro-U.S. crowd. And understanding where Canada chose to play their match. You don't want to have a game let's just take Orlando, for example. You have a game in Orlando. El Salvador has 3 hours less travel. They're in a comfortable position. You then have 3 hours more travel to get to your next away match. So I think it's a logistic thing. And if it makes El Salvador a little uncomfortable in the end, so be it.
To that point, your former teammate, Hugo Perez, who played with you on the U.S. national team, now in charge of the El Salvador program, he said, at least to the public, to the press, us on Fútbol Américas, he said, no, it's not going to be a problem. It won't distract us too much.
I also played in a match where Mexico never came out of the locker room for warm-ups because it was so cold.
Let's talk goalies, your position. We just got the news in today's press conference. Zach Steffen not with the team. He's back in Manchester due to a back injury. They're listing him as day-to-day, so we may see him at some point during this window. But right now, it is Matt Turner's job. What do you make of it?
Well, I think the U.S. were very happy when Matt emerged, knowing that they had not only competition, but they had 2 competent goalkeepers. Matt proved himself very well when he had his opportunity to play, and actually a surprise to a lot of us that Zach got back into the side. Zach came in, played well. Well, now he doesn't have that opportunity, so at least Matt, we know, has been capable. Also, prominent move possibly to Arsenal. He's going to want to show what he's made of.
How big of a difference, Jermaine, is it? Is it a drop from Steffen to Turner, in your opinion?
No, I don't think so at all. I think Matt Turner, he opened the door. When we talked about it in the last games he played, he opened the door big time for himself. And, he made it difficult for Craig Berhalter. And Craig decided for Steffen to go with Steffen. Yeah. He played good, and now Matt is back on his place where he wants to be. He can prove again that he's the right guy, especially with the move to Arsenal London maybe. Yeah. I think he's burning for that chance.
How does the weather affect the goalies in a game like this?
If it's dry, if it's not windy, you can always kind of move around and stay warm and put a couple layers on. So you'll see him maybe doing a little more movement from 18 to 18 just to stay warm, but for the most part, he'll be fine. The problem is sometimes when it's that damp and then your hands, you can't feel your hands, you can't feel your feet. I think he'll be okay.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.